night here doing my walk. If you're new to the station, make sure you click on and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I'm going to be on live, and come walk with me wherever you are in the world. So this is my wellness quest. Had some health issues where I almost died taking Advil, vomited blood, went through me in two different ways, ended up in the hospital. They didn't know if I had cancer or a, bled my, uh, cancer or something else, right? So anyway, with that said, sorry, I had a little distraction here on Fremont Street. I am walking live, if not edited or anything like that. So thank God I didn't. They thought I had an ulcer or cancer, that is. And I was hospitalized. Blood went through me in two different ways. They told me to get on Nexium, so I did that. And I was on that for about 10 years with side effects. I can't even tell you, from bone loss and all kinds of stuff. So started doing some researching, listened to some naturopathic doctors, and I said, I got to get off of this. So I found this high-impact ginger turmeric muscadine. I tried regular ginger and turmeric from the store. It's not all the same. I don't care what everybody says. This stuff is lab tested not once but twice. I'm not trying to sell to you. I'm just telling you it saved my life. Did my due diligence, looked up on PubMed.gov, did all kinds of things. So it's interesting. It's been a great time in Vegas. I was with family and friends, and big shout out to all my family. My auntie was here from Montreal, my uncle, my cousins, and stuff. It's got to get loud out here on Fremont Street. And this morning they went back to Montreal, and we had breakfast together, and we were having a discussion. So I took out my supplements, and I had them all out as we had breakfast. And my auntie said, my doctor said not to take all these vitamins. They're no good. I used to spend a lot of money on them. And my answer to her was, well, that's fine, but most doctors don't know about that much about nutrition. I would get another opinion, talk to a naturopathic doctor. And that was my answer. And I agree with that. So, because I told her that most of these doctors, right, not that they don't know what they're doing, they only train very little in nutrition. And it's crazy. It's actually shameful. They should know about the whole picture. I know that when I chose my primary care, I got a DO that looks a little bit more at the whole entire situation to make sure that it's a little. Oh, I went the wrong way here. I got to turn around. Hold on. Looks at the whole picture and looks a little more deeper. And mine writes down all the information, all my supplements. I show her, and she's writing it down. Oh, I didn't know this, and I don't know that. She's actually asking me questions, which is wild. But I also have invested in going to a naturopath. I pay like $350 for my own physical. That he muscle tests things on my stomach and tells me other things as well that I didn't know. So, the wellness journey's amazing. From, you know, making sure you're eating right, which I did cheat a little bit here on this trip, I won't lie to you. Not being perfect, right? But keeping it moving literally, right? So, and just doing the best we can do. But the interesting thing, the messaging and the message is that I believe that you always have to dig in deeper and get more information. Okay? So a doctor says something, they're not God. Okay? They know so much, but we've also been told a lot of things that aren't right. Just like I was told to be on Nexium for 10 years. They don't do that anymore. I have bone loss from that. Or they told us that eggs weren't good for you. Okay? Now they're saying otherwise. Then they tell us that, only eat the whites. Okay? Now we hear that the yolk, looser it is, the better it is. So they got to cut it out or get right to the root of what's going on, And it's too bad because even cholesterol, we were talking about that with my family, and that's even off. It's testing that was done a long time ago. There's another blood test. I was working with another doctor that told us to look at another test, not to go by that. And again, I'm not telling people what to do. You need to listen to your doctor, whatever you think. All I'm saying is get another opinion and dig in a little deeper. Because if my doctors say the opposite of yours, who's right? Okay? So it's just one of those things when it comes to your health, you really got to kind of think for yourself and, you know, dig in deeper and look at resources like PubMed.gov that you can see case studies of stuff, okay, in terms of nutrition. So, why I'm so adamant about the ginger, turmeric, and muscadine, especially the one I take, is because it's high impact and it has absorption, and it also helps with inflammation, digestion, and all that. And as I started the first week of my wellness quest, yes, I did check in today, and big shout out to everybody who's on it. I know Joanne and Jackie and Jan. I think Mike Avery's on it now. I got a few more people to follow up with as this happens while I was traveling to Vegas. It started, and we just blended our call. But big shout out to you guys and anybody else that's going to jump on it. I know Lewis in California wanted to do it, and I know I got back to Carla and Donna and Lucy, a whole bunch of people that wanted to jump on it, and we'll get back on it. And big shout out to Michelle, who stepped up this time with Melissa and Lori. They're doing a great job as well, and all good stuff. So we'll keep it moving, right? So anyway, my point is, and hello everybody. Let me know where you're from, okay? And I'm from Boston, but right now I'm currently in Las Vegas. My last night here, and I started walking on. Well, I've been walking always, but started walking on this wellness quest last fall, and I wanted to do 10,000 steps. And I saw people doing 10 miles. I said, can I do that? And I started doing it. I was blown away. So we had a bad winter in Boston, and I wasn't able to do that. So I started back up again going live because when I was doing this wellness quest in the fall, we downloaded this Step Up app for walking. And people were encouraging each other to walk more. And when I saw people could do 10,000 steps, I said, so can I. And of course, yes, I'm in Vegas. It's easy to walk here. But tomorrow I'll be back home, and I'll be walking there too. It doesn't matter where I am. That's the point. You can walk wherever you're at. And this is a great place to people watch. There's no question. It's wild out here. But why not? Why not? Why not move and talk, right? And talk about how to be healthy, especially down here in Vegas, where it's a fun place, but people do a lot of things that are not healthy. Like you see down here, it's like legal for like stuff right here. Like you'll see right here, people are buying marijuana, I guess, right here. Look, right here. So, or CBD, whatever it is. Just saying, or people are drinking. Again, I'm not saying anything about that. Whatever you do, you do. Or ice cream. That's my problem. But the point is, we have to all try to be a little healthier and be a little mindful. And if you like what you're seeing on here and hearing, then this station is for you. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell and let me know where you're from and what you're working on your wellness quest. And if you're walking as well, I'd love to hear about it and where you're from, like I said. But we started the wellness quest last Tuesday, the day I flew into Vegas. And like I said, today was the first week, checked in. It's not too late to join. It's totally complimentary, costs you nothing. It's just that I find that the more people that are in on it together, we're accountable to each other, and it's fun, and it makes it really interesting. So we often encourage each other to do a little bit more movement, walking, being healthy, talk about what we're eating. I like to try to stick to keto/paleo. I do cheat. I did cheat on this particular trip. Again, nothing's perfect. I'm looking at my Step Up app. I think I'm definitely past 4 miles for today. And I wasn't like looking at it. I was just doing a lot of walking out here. But I'm definitely trying to monitor that and get better with that as well. Because I want to step it up to like 10 miles. Like I said, it's a lot for people to do. And not everybody can start with that. There's no question. When I was doing that this past fall, I had blisters and I had a lot of pain and stuff like that. And again, depending upon what condition you're in, you have to do, track it and just ease up to that. And just be careful for sure. And there's so many other serendipities that are involved with that. But walking is such a great way to get started on your wellness journey. And you can walk anywhere. Like I've walked, like say, the laundromat, the mall. Here I am on Fremont Street in Las Vegas. And it's hot, but I'm keeping it moving. Right? It's not that hot. It's kind of, there's a nice breeze today, actually, which is great. But warm enough. So anyway, it is what it is. So I came out here a little earlier. Last night I was out around 11 o'clock because I had my relatives here. We had a busy time. We were on the promenade and on the strip. We went to go see Michael. The MJ Live show was amazing. And I think I'm going to turn around here instead of going to the Fremont, the other part of Fremont. I'll go back this way. And so we had a lot going on. I wanted to fit it in, so I just made a quick chat last night. And like I said, they left today. It's about 7:08 p.m. here on the West Coast. And I wanted to get this in at an earlier time before it gets too crazy out here. It's a little lighter, obviously. And sometimes when I've done the ones at night out here, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not because of so many, bands going on and things like that and performers. It gets really loud and a lot more people. We had a busy weekend with the holiday weekend for sure here in Vegas. So I was definitely trying to get through people and all that. But again, lots of walking, lots of tracking and all that, and all good stuff. So again, I was telling my auntie and my family about food and how the Industrial Revolution started messing it up by feeding the cows grains. That's why you see grass fed everywhere, right? Like it's a new thing. It's not new. Grass fed and hay, grass and hay are what cows should eat, okay? Period, okay? That's why everybody's so sick. Then in the 90s, they started introducing the GMOs. Everybody got sicker, okay? And that's another problem. And how do you change that over, right? Because we're all damaged. I'm damaged from the medicine I was on, right, for 10 years. We're all damaged. Our gut is like a car tire with nails in it. If you don't pull the nails out, you're going to get a flat tire. You got to pull the nail out, fill the hole up, patch it up, and fill it back up with air. That's your gut. That's your digestion. All these people are trying to sell you on, gut health, which is true, okay, but all these concoctions that are made up. I want the most natural thing in my body, and ginger and turmeric goes back thousands of years. Okay, I knew a naturopathic doctor studied it in the Himalayas. He said it was the first medicine, which is all natural, because you could eat it. So the one I take, like I said, was lab tested not once but twice, and I've taken other ginger and turmeric, not the same, and this just really, really helped me. So when I cheat or I have other issues with my health, which I do, and I want to repair, this enables me to do that, repair, get the digestion moving, absorption. So I do eat nutrition, and I eat things, my body can actually absorb it, okay? And that's a big problem with a lot of people because their guts are so screwed up, and it takes years to fix that. It's not an easy fix like medication is, okay? Because you want to do the natural route. I'm not on any medication. I don't want to be ever again, okay? My mom, till she was 87, she was on no medication till they medicated her and she passed, okay? We tried to stop it as much as we could. It wasn't easy, but it is what it is. We all have choices. I'm not saying I'm against medication. If you need it, you need it, okay? But there's a poison side to it. There's a side effect to it, and that's with everything you eat and everything you do and the choices we make. You have to live your life, and we're going to do things, right? As I did this last week here in Vegas as well. And it's called life and living your life. But you can make other choices to come walk with me. You can make choices to hydrate properly, to sleep properly, get your hours in, and all that. So come join me on my wellness journey, wellness quest. Send me a message with your full name, where you're from, complimentary, and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll be walking with you guys most likely tomorrow in Boston. You guys have a good night. Take care. Thanks for watching.